Hello, it's Orange Pico here. So for today's video, I wanted to go over the drawing process and result for my YouTube banner, the one that you see on my channel. And this is the original version here, done on paper with ink. So yeah, I just wanted to go over the process, obviously the result, materials, and just kind of some mistakes that I wish I had avoided. There aren't many, it's just kind of one major thing. So to start off with, I guess the sketch and the materials for that. This is the initial sketch here. Materials wise, I just use regular photocopy paper, but I used the 11 by 17 size. I guess the biggest mistake, or not really a mistake because it worked out in the end. Well, mistake, but I made it work in the end. Was that I wish I had looked at the sizing for the banner earlier. And I feel like that's probably very obvious, but for me, I'm not very technologically inclined. So I was just and also I'm very spontaneous sometimes. I'm like, yeah, let's just do this. It's a rectangle. I'm just going to cut out a rectangle and call it a day. And essentially what I did was I just had a piece of the 11 by 17 paper, like this one here. And I literally just folded it in half. And I said, okay, fold it in half. It's a rectangle. This is going to be the base. So I did wish that I had looked at the dimensions because it's not such a long and narrow rectangle for the YouTube banner. That's why on my banner, I had to, I added the black spacing and the black box. And I added the logo as well. So yeah, I did it on photocopy paper, but I wished I had looked at the dimensions. And the dimensions are 2040, they recommended at least 2048 by 1152. And if I had just created, I wish I had created a canvas on Clip Studio and then just kind of had a better idea of how that rectangle looked. And I would have seen that it's not a long and narrow rectangle like I had cut out spontaneously like that. Okay, so other than 11 by 17 paper, for sketching, there are two pencils I use. I use the Oto 2.0 pencil. The pencil itself is good. I like that it's a bit thicker just for my joints and stuff or drawing. But I mostly use it for the 2.0 lead. So I feel like if you're like me and you just kind of want just to easily see the basic shapes of your sketch, I do find using a thicker 2.0 lead is good. And then as the sketch progressed, for the next step here, I do like to use my Sumo grip pencil. This one's 0.7. So I like to use 2.0 and then 0.7. I do have a 0.5, which I don't use that often. I like it for some things, but for the most part, I like the 0.7. And the lead that I got for this one is pretty dark. Let's see if I have the type, the HB, whatever type, but yeah, I like to use a darker lead for the more precise sketches. Yeah, this is pretty much all I use for the sketching process, just these two, a regular eraser. This is the Mount Fuji one. And I thought it would just be I thought it was a cute souvenir, but it's actually a really good eraser. So if you ever find yourself thinking, should I get the Mount Fuji eraser? Is it good? Will I just get it for someone else as a gift? No, get it for yourself if you like to draw, because I don't know, people might have a different opinion, but I think it's a really good eraser. So this is the eraser that I mostly use. I do also have the Tombao one, but then once I started using this one, I was like, oh, this is so good. And I was surprised at myself for using this because I'm normally a hoarder when it comes to stationery and stuff. And I only have the one. Most of the time I'll buy two and I'll be like, okay, this is the one I save and this is the one I use. But something possessed me to use it and I'm glad that I did. So I really like the Mount Fuji eraser. Materials. So to move from sketch to sketch, I also use a light box. This is my light box here. It's an 8 by 11 light box. I don't even know when I got this. This is quite old. I never saw myself using bigger paper. I don't know why. So I was like, oh, like an 8x11, it's so affordable, like it's great. I do wish I had a larger one. Maybe in the future I'll get a larger one, but for now, like this one works fine. It's just a matter of like you just have to move everything around, which again is not a big deal. So I used the light box to go through all the sketches. For this one, I had 3 sketches and then the final. So drew this one, and then on top of this one, I was like, okay, let's go in with the clothes. And then from here, I felt comfortable enough to do the final. I like using the light box. I know some people not dislike it, but some people are good at doing like one sketch and then going straight into the final. I think for me personally, I need to build more confidence in that. But also I think it's fine if you like to do like, sorry, I keep hitting these things on my thing. It's fine if you like to do multiple layers too. Like everyone has a different process. At the end of the day, I'm just taping. There's these little clips on my easily thing here in case you want to travel with it, but I'm never traveling with this monstrosity. I love it, but like not for traveling. But it does come with the clips, and I keep hitting the clips with my hands. Yes, so the light box. And that was pretty much it for the sketching process. Put this back. But yeah, overall for like this drawing, I feel like I just wanted to, I guess what I want to show on my channel is just I like drawing, guys. And I like drawing fashion. I think fashion is something, overall I need to like improve as an artist, but I think fashion is something that I definitely want to improve and kind of continue to develop my style. Overall, like I just kind of like exploring different fashion styles. I feel like I love fashion, but like in my everyday life, I'm more like shy, and I kind of wish I wore like cooler outfits. So this is kind of showing maybe like a fashion sense that I'd be too shy to wear like in my everyday life. But maybe that's something I also need to improve on my own. But yeah, I do like drawing fashion because it's something that I'm interested in. And even if I don't like actually wear it myself, it's like I can kind of show my fashion interest through my art. And maybe that's something like you like to do as well. I also like obviously drawing like different kinds of characters. My favorite kind of character is like, I like muscular guys with ponytails. That's my favorite. So if you had to like ask me, usually in my art, I don't know if other people have this as well. Usually with my art, I have a favorite, and like he's my clear favorite. I love all of them. They're all like cutie patooties, but like the one with the ponytail just usually wins for me automatically. So yeah, I like to like try and show different personalities, different like hairstyles, different whatever. Like overall, I just kind of wanted to showcase like my interest in fashion and just my interest in drawing, guys, I guess. Like, you know, I kind of have like the sporty look and just like the whimsical button up. Also kind of sporty. I think my preferred look is the sporty look, but again, this is like more sporty athletic, and this is just more sporty casual. And then I kind of wanted to have a more like glam-ish look, and then a more like whimsical look. But yeah, hopefully that came across in this. And this was the final that I ended up scanning. For materials for the final, I used Pilot drafting ink. And then for the ink, I just used a Tachikoa nib holder. For this one, I used a G pen. I think it's hard to see, but I used a G pen for this one, for the whole thing. I didn't switch up the nibs at all. And then to fill in, I used the Sakura Pigma pens. I used the MB one, and another one I really like is the BB one. So these are the two that I normally use to fill in solid areas. Another one actually that I like is the FB. So these are my 3 main like markers using to fill in stuff. The FB is more like a brush tip. The BB is like a thick kind of like a dome with a point, like an ice cream cone. And the MB is like a triangle point. But yeah, I usually like these to fill in any like solid areas, or if I'm trying to do like a wispy kind of look there. But that's pretty much that for materials. I'm trying to think of, no, there wasn't really anything else I used. For any like mistakes or anything, I use I don't know how to say this. Like to me, it looks like I would say Mino, but maybe it's Mizon. Mino. I would say Mino. The lion, we'll say the lion white correction fluid. And I just take like a little bar. I don't use this. This is giant. If I was like doing a big area, 100%, like that would be great. But for small areas, I just use a little tiny brush, like a detail brush. Let me find one. I just use one of these normally, like super tiny brush, and then I just dip it. I wet it with water, and then go in with the correction fluid, and then just go over any areas that I feel like need to be fixed. Overall, like I'm really happy with how this turned out. Also, the final draft here was also done on photocopy paper, like the 11 by 17. I wasn't planning to like use this maybe I could use this as a print or something. So I could just use my light box and do it on like a nicer sheet of paper. But for the sake of just for the YouTube banner, like I was happy with just doing everything on photocopy paper and scanning it and throwing it into Clip Studio Paint. I think I'll put in a clip of that. So basically what I did after this was I scanned it, I threw it into Clip Studio Paint. Before like throwing it in, I had to create the canvas, which was 2048 by 1152. And then once I did that and I imported this, I was like, oh no, it's not the same size at all. So that was like a total my bad. But I ended up making it work. Like, as you can see, I added like black box to the side, and then I just put like my tag on the left side. Yeah, I really needed to talk over my past self here because in this clip I just kind of rambled on. But overall, I just really wanted to share like my drawing process and my thought process for my YouTube banner. I just kind of maybe give you a glimpse of the direction I kind of want to go in with this channel. Maybe it sounds weird or maybe it doesn't, but I love drawing like 2D men. Like they're just kind of my escape from whether it's drawing or watching or reading, or just 2D in general. It's kind of my escape from the 3D world, all the woes and all the annoyances of just everyday life. So maybe that's something you need too, and maybe like my channel could kind of be that for you, whether you also want to just watch me draw or listen to me talk about like my ideas or just even see the final result. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. As weird as it may sound, I just really like drawing guys and I like putting them in cool outfits, whether it's like a punk outfit or just an athletic outfit, a formal outfit, whatever kind of outfit. I like fashion, I like drawing guys, and maybe that's something you'll enjoy too. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my YouTube banner. I hope I'll see you in the future. And yeah, thank you again and see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye.